Figure out A, B, and C first. Of course, C is automatically 4, and B would be 6. A would have to be 5. So then we'll have a 25 minus 6 in this one. And then here we're going to have 6 minus 4 plus 5. And the back side is 6 minus 4. So this is 19 times 2 plus 5 is 7. And 6 minus 4 is 2. It boils down to 19 times 14, which should come out to be 266. Warm up number 2. Let's see here. B is obviously 6, so A would have to be 3, and C is A minus 1, so that's going to be a 2. So this is 2 plus 3 minus 6 in this set.
I got it wrong.
A squared is 9, so we'll have 9 times 6, which is 54, minus 2, and then A is 3 minus C is 2. 5 minus 6, that's a negative 1. This will be a 52. This is a 1, so the answer is negative 52. Alright, the last warm-up here. C is 4, so this is 5, and this would be 3. So 3 minus 5 times 4, that's 3 minus 20. And then AC is 12 minus 5. AB is going to be 15, and then take away 4. So that's a negative 17. This is a 7, and this is an 11. So that boils down to 77 times a negative 17, which would be a negative 1309. Alright, Hammond takes the ACT tomorrow and he wants to work on complex fractions. 5/8 divided by 5/6 will be the easiest that you could see. What do I have to do to divide 5/8 by 5/6? Starts with an F. Flip. And starts with an M. Multiply. So flip the bottom one and multiply. Should I multiply 5 times 6 and 8 times 5? No. What should I do? Not cross multiply. Cross. Starts with a C. A. N. C. Cancel, yes. He's the winner of Wheel of Fortune over there. Yes. Cancel out the 5s. What can I cancel out with 6 and 8? What goes into 6 and 8?
2.
So divide that by 2 to get a 3, and by 2 there to get a 4. So you're left with an answer of 3/4. Give me the answer. You don't have to bring it up, but just say what you think the answer is when you get it. This one is 5/8 divided by 3/12. You multiply 5/8 by not 3/12, but 12/3. 4 comes out of that twice, and out of this 3 times. 5 times 3 is 15. 2 times 3 is 6, and you can reduce by taking a 3 out of both. Be left with a 5/2. Of course, 5/2 could be in your choices, but it could also be 2.5. On this one, you have to divide, but before that, you have an A, and then plus 1/A. And in order to add these two together, I have to come up with something whose initials is CD.
Cross something.
Nope. C-O-M.
Common denominator.
Common denominator. What is the denominator with this A right now?
1.
1. So we will put a 1 there. If you ever want a common denominator, notice I didn't say least common denominator. If you want a common one, all you have to do is multiply the two denominators together. What's 1 times A?
A.
So you'll put an A there and an A there. This was already A for this fraction, so you don't have to change anything with this. But what did I multiply 1 by to get an A? A. So multiply the top by an A.
A squared.
A squared. Now when you combine them, you have simply A squared plus 1 over A, all of that over 8. So A squared, I'm just going to switch to capital letters, it's easier for me to write. A squared plus 1 over A. And if I want to flip and multiply, what's 8 flipped?
8 over 1.
8 flipped.
1 over 8.
1 over 8. So A squared plus 1 over 8A. This one is B plus 3 over B, and all of that over 10. You have to add your fractions together on top first. What is the denominator under B?
B squared over 1 plus 3B.
That's not the denominator under B.
No, but it's 1.
What? Yes, the denominator is 1. So if I want a common denominator, just multiply these two together to get what?
B squared plus B.
Not B.
What?
Not B squared. I'm multiplying these two together.
B.
I'm getting B, yes.
Oh,
So there's a B there and B there. So this one already had a B under it. It's the same thing. It did not change. So you just put a 3 there. But I had to multiply this by B. So I multiply the top by B. Now that's B squared. Now combine these. B squared plus 3 over B, all of that over 10. Flip and multiply. When I flip 10, what is it?
1 over 10.
1 over 10, so B squared plus 3 over B times 1 over 10 will give me B squared plus 3 over 10B.
Okay.
That's the answer.
Okay, I get it.
Bring this answer up here and drop it off. It is C squared plus 4 over C, all of that over 12. Alright, common denominator. You have a 1 here. So the common denominator between those two is going to be C. You had to do nothing to this fraction, but you had to multiply this one here by C on the bottom, so if you multiply the top, you get C to the third. And simplify the top to get C to the third plus 4 over C, and then over 12. You're going to flip the 12 and multiply it by C to the third plus 4 over C. And multiply straight across to get C to the third plus 4 over 12C. That's a C, not an E.
Same as B.
Well, you need your denominator here. If you multiply these two together, you get C, and then you have to multiply this top by C.
Yeah.
But this one stays the same. The 1 over the C didn't have to change, and then all that's over 5. But if you flip and multiply, instead of 5 over 1, it would be 1 over 5. So essentially you just end up with c squared plus 1 over 5c. On the top, you do the same thing as we did before. You have to find the common denominator, which between 1 and x is just going to be x. So if I multiply this by x, I multiply that by x. So I end up with x minus 4 over x.
Well, the X doesn't cancel out, does it?
No, you can't cancel out an x from top to bottom if one of them is attached to addition or subtraction. And just like we did up top and in the problems before, you need the common denominator between 1 and x squared. This doesn't change, so you're still going to have a minus 16 and over x squared, but since you multiply this by x squared, you need an x squared there as well. So we have to keep the x minus 4 the way it is over x, but multiply by x squared over x squared minus 16.
So we're doing the same thing.
Same thing, except if you don't remember the difference of two squares and how to factor them, you're going to take too much time on this problem.
Okay, what's the difference of two squares?
Anytime I have two squares and a difference like this, here's the difference, there's a square,
X minus
there's a
4x
square.
plus 4.
X minus 4x plus 4 is right. And now what can I cancel out? And be left with just an x plus 4 there.
Okay, so we
But you can still cancel out somewhere else. What about x and
x squared.
x squared?
Take an x out of that.
So that's just going to be a 1, and we'll just have an x there.
X over x plus 4.
That's it.